What's up?
What's up, Baldo?
Same old stuff, different day.
Same stuff, different day. I
Same.
gotta
Oh,
check something real
what are
quick. The
these?
video might. Okay, we're good. Should have checked before we went live, but
Yeah, yeah.
whatever.
Uh,
Whatever.
so, how you doing, man?
Oh, dude, I'm good. I'm good. You still sore
Yeah.
from softball on Tuesday?
I wasn't bad. I wasn't bad. Um,
I was.
the night that the time that it kills me the worst is
Whatever.
when I get home at night and then I sit and my knees just stiffen up something fierce, man. It's crazy. That
Yeah,
first Saturday we played, oh my gosh, I thought I
yeah.
was gonna die.
The worst for me. I mean, you know my shoulder. My shoulder's like not in great shape. So that was
Yeah,
every time I play a game like that night and the next morning even is like
yeah.
it's not great. What up, Karen?
I remember those days, man. Trying to sleep on it. Oh,
Yeah. Well,
that's the
so
worst.
I told you what happened, right? They diagnosed me last year with a partially torn rotator
Yep,
cuff, and
yep.
then they told me it would take like a month to heal, and very clearly that never happened. Because I
Yeah,
took like 5 months
yeah,
off, and it was like my second or third throw that tournament, and I felt it again. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
yep, yep.
Um,
It,
yeah. So
so,
that's no good. But other than
but
that,
yeah. I mean, it kind of that Saturday, the Tuesday, or I guess yeah, it was Tuesday, was the worst, man. With the rain, I mean,
oh yeah,
it's just like I mean, there's nothing you can do,
yeah.
So the box was horrible, and
Oh, that was so bad. Couldn't plant your
did you
back
do this?
foot.
So did you do the stats yet?
No,
Come on,
no.
man. Come on,
Bro, I,
man.
I I can't even because the when the people do the book and it's not me, they don't mark anything. Like whether it's a single or a walk or a fielder's choice or whatever,
You can
they
remember
just
all that,
draw the
dude?
line. I
Huh?
can remember it for me.
Come
I'm,
on, dude.
I'm not
I mean,
remembering it
you
for
should, you
everybody
should.
else.
All you got to do is look at the book and figure out what happened, dude. That's easy.
Yeah,
Come
but
on.
no, that's not no because
Come
how do you
on.
know if it was a single or if it was a fielder's choice or if it maybe it wasn't
Because
a
you can remember. You can
single,
remember.
maybe it was an error.
Well, I mean, you're still going to remember,
I
dude.
guess I guess it's
You're
just
still going to
church
remember.
league softball, so we just give singles and doubles away to everybody.
No,
Everybody
no,
gets
that
base
doesn't
hits.
work.
Oh, they made an error. You should have been on first, but it was an inside the park home run. Okay, home
Yeah,
run.
yeah, yeah. The pitcher throws the ball into the, next field.
Yep,
That happens.
been
So,
there,
but yeah,
been
yeah,
there.
we were there Tuesday.
Yeah, been there.
So
Oh
anyway.
man,
But yeah, I mean it's good. It's all good. I actually can't believe that after 15 years of not playing that I can actually still play.
dude, you just settled right back in. Like it was
I
like
know. It was weird. It
it
was
was
really weird.
a yeah. It was like you
So,
never stopped playing.
well, I don't know about all that, but
Did
I
did
tell
you?
you what, man, up the middle on Tuesday was crazy.
They
I got
couldn't they couldn't get anything by you.
well, they that's not true. But
You don't
I
have to.
mean,
You don't have to. I'm I'm helping you out here, Baldo.
dude, I can't take all the credit.
Dude, we had that one where you reached down, you like knocked it down with your glove, and then I went to my left
Yeah,
and picked her up and made the throw, and
yeah, yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
Turned a double
What is it?
turned a double play already this year. That was great.
That's a 163. Yeah,
Yep,
there we go. That's what it's about, baby. That's what
that's
it's
right.
about.
It's a lot of fun, and there's only 2 games down and 14
Now,
more to go. 14
now
more
we
nights
just
to
have
go.
now we just have to win.
We just gotta play some defense. That's what we gotta do. We gotta get everybody else behind us to play some defense.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
That's all right, dude. We'll get there.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll get there. Coach
So,
Baldo and Coach Stu are on it. Oh
oh
man.
my goodness.
Yeah.
So, but
Well,
other than that, life is life, man.
yep, yep. I don't know if you saw, but
Yeah.
how
What?
about them Phils? How about them Phils? Let's
Dude,
real
even a
quick.
blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while, man.
Oh my gosh. Oh, dude, you're such a hater. You're a hater, just like the rest of them. Let's real quick throw some love to the
Oh,
Philadelphia Phillies. Where's the National League?
Dude, we don't need that.
Two games up on the Braves. They still have the best record in baseball. Still the best record in baseball. Oh, the
Like I
Dodgers are
said,
26 and 13. Yeah, yeah, the Phillies are 26 and 12, so we have a higher win percentage.
Junior Bender saying, "Put me in, coach." Oh my goodness, that would be ugly.
Is this the guy that can't run? Doesn't he have like a boot
Yes.
on or something?
No, he got a bad hip. He needs a hip replacement.
Oh, geez, yeah. You
You
can
think
coach
I
first
can't
base.
run? You think I can't run?
Junior,
My speed?
we'll have you coach third. How's that sound? We'll have you coach third.
Maybe he could be a bat boy or something.
Yeah, there you go.
So,
Oh
dude,
man.
speaking of ball boys, that I have Nick has a kid and his brother that he went to school with. He didn't go to school with him; they're the same age. This kid went to Christian School of York.
Okay. Excuse
But
me.
him and his brother have been ball boys for the Orioles for the last like 4 or 5 years.
Wow.
So, and they live up here. He's a teacher, I think, in East Pennsboro, and he's a ball boy for Baltimore.
He's
Isn't
a
that crazy?
teacher and he's a ball boy?
Yeah,
Aren't
yeah.
ball boys usually like 10?
That well, not the pros. They're not. You get most of the time
Really?
it's yeah, they're not.
Ball boys I've
They're
seen,
not.
dude, aren't any older than like 15 or 16 for sure.
Nah, come on, dude. That would be a blast. I'd love to do
I
that,
mean,
man.
it would be, but I, I'll tell you, I don't think I've ever seen a grown man that's
Are you
has a
serious?
ball. No.
Oh yeah, dude. There used to be. I don't know who it was for, but there was a guy. He was probably close to 70, and he was a ball boy. So sitting down I think he sat down the right field line. You know how they sit down the right field line? I think he sat down the right field line. Are you talking about the guy in the dugout?
Yes. Okay.
No,
Okay. Okay.
no.
Now, okay.
This is the guy that sits down
Perfect.
the
Okay.
right field line.
We'll see.
So,
Guy, that makes more sense. Okay. I'm with you now. Yeah, that would be cool. Unfortunately for the Phillies, they have ball girls.
yeah,
And they put girls out there, in little shorty shorts and whatnot for all the skeevy pervs you know, to watch. So I'll never have an opportunity unless I'm willing to put on little
well,
shorty
hey,
shorts and
there you go. Hey, Ron.
show what my mama gave me. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
nobody wants to see that.
Oh, I don't know. I might.
My wife doesn't even want to see that. That'd probably make her
Dude,
throw up.
your daughter's hilarious, man.
She is,
Your
yeah.
daughter is hilarious. Talking
Yep.
about it, you talking about her the other day was just crazy.
Yeah, she said it was just so funny too because I guess she's associated you with baseball.
Don't know
Not
why.
maybe not the Phillies. I don't know, but she was like, "Is Baldo coming? Do you like Baldo?" Yes.
Did you read the post that did you see the post that
I
I did?
I did. I did not read it to her. I'll have to do that when I go upstairs.
Just read it to her.
She'll
Say, hey,
like that.
Baldo's talking about you.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Yeah, but she'll say that, she'll act that way, but then she'll be super super shy the next
Yeah.
time you're here. Like she'll be like she'll pretend like she doesn't know who you are.
Well, at the game the other night, she wasn't. Or I guess that Saturday that she was at the games, or was she there Tuesday? She was there
They were
Tuesday, but I
not
don't
there
think.
this past Tuesday. It was the week before, the game before.
Yeah, but I don't think
Last last
she.
Thursday, was it? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. She didn't say anything to me there, but it was a Saturday when we had the three games.
Yeah.
She was talking to me. So,
Yeah.
but
Depends on the day. But
doesn't it for all of us?
well, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. So anyway,
Um, dude, summer is right around the corner.
I know
You got any
it
big
is
plans?
crazy.
You guys doing
Um,
anything?
Not that I'm aware of. I, I'm probably going to be switching jobs. So at
Oh
the end of
yeah.
the month.
Any news on that?
Uh,
Oh, okay. End of the month.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't think I'll have any vacation time.
Gotcha.
So, but
Gotcha.
uh, how about you?
Yeah, we do a trip every summer with my in-laws. So it's my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, and then me and my wife. my wife's twin sister and her husband, and then so I don't know if actually if I ever told you this. So my wife is a twin, and then she has younger
Right.
siblings that are also twins.
Get out of
So it's
town.
four
No, I did
kids,
not know that.
4 kids, 2 sets of twins.
Really?
Yeah. So it's my wife
Wow.
and her sister, her twin. They're the oldest, and then it's a boy and a girl, the second set. But all four of the siblings go with significant others and kids and all that. We all go down to the Outer Banks.
Oh, wow.
Normally we go the last week in May, but this year we're doing first week of June.
Wow. So how much
So,
younger are the second set of twins?
um, so, oh man, you're putting me on the spot. I don't know. So my wife and her sister are 39. My, maybe I shouldn't have said that. She's watching. Sorry, babe. Love you. No, they're not. They're 29. Um, I want to say probably 4 years. Alexa, if
Oh,
you're
really?
here,
Okay.
answer that
Yeah.
question. How much
All
younger
right.
are Anne and Tommy? How much
Gotcha.
younger
What?
than you
I
guys?
can't. The poor kid, man. Three sisters.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
yep. Well, so yeah, so we all go down there. We have a great time.
Yeah.
Last year was the first year we went down, and it literally was cloudy and rainy every single day except for
It
one
drives you
day,
nuts.
and that one day there was like 25-mile-per-hour winds. So you couldn't go to the beach at all because if you did, you were getting blasted by the sand. Um,
How long does it take you to get down there?
so this is gonna sound funny. So since we've had Ellie, we've not made the drive all together. We would drive down to Richmond, stay in a hotel overnight, Friday night into Saturday, and then wake up Saturday, drive the rest of the way. Um, I want to say it's like 7.5.
Really? You haven't made the whole trip?
No, no, we did, but it's just been like 3 years since I've done that, so I don't remember. I don't remember.
Well, well,
Um,
so why do you not do it now since
well,
because of Ellie?
so we didn't do it because we just didn't think she would do well in the car for that
Right?
long. But I think this year, I don't think we're doing it. Um, I think
You
we're
do
gonna
it
do the
all in
trip
one
like all day
shot.
Saturday. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
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 With that
It's
being said, like it hasn't been brought up in conversation yet. Um,
it will be now.
It will be, yeah. I'm assuming that that's what we're doing because, like I said, it hasn't
Well,
been talked
you
about.
know,
So,
so just a little advice, if you want to call it that, Stu. So when
advice.
we when Nick and Michaela, Nick was probably how old was he when we went down there?
I'm not sure. You're
Uh,
the one telling the story.
I think he was like maybe 10. So that would have made Michaela 6. So we went had that something like that in that area. So we went to Florida to Disneyland,
Okay.
and uh, so it's like I don't know how far it is, like 14, 15 hours, something like that. So when we drove straight through, and now obviously they're a little bit older, but still at
Yeah.
that age, it's like, dude, um, it's what Mayor did was made an hourly like surprise.
Ah.
So, that way they had something to occupy them for at least half hour, 45 minutes,
Yeah.
and then the next hour they'd get something else.
Yeah.
So,
That's a good
I mean,
idea.
and it worked out well. The other thing that we did coming back was I think we stopped along the way, like maybe 2 or 3 times
Yeah.
for like an hour to get out of the car and just,
So
I
that's
think one time
probably
we went to a playground or something like that.
yeah.
So,
That's probably
you
what
know,
we're gonna do on the way down. We'll probably find like a Chick-fil-A for lunch that has like a play area or something, and like
yeah,
get out of the car, or find like I don't know, you can go walk around a shopping mall or something, right? Just to get out of the
yeah,
car and kill some
yeah.
time. Um,
So, at Chick-fil-A, are you using any of your points, or are you just kind of accumulating those?
Nope, stacking it up. That's my food 401k. Alexa, so I was asking, how much older are you than Tommy and Ann? I can't remember how many years. Um,
Kyle says then, how much difference between you and your other twin set?
The twin set. Um, yeah. So this year, I found 4 years. There you go.
Okay. All
I
right.
found one, and then actually my mother-in-law, she found like it's a different one. It's kind of the same thing, but excuse me, it's like a tray that goes over like your kid's car seat,
Yeah.
and it has like a frame around it, so that way things like don't slide off. But there's all these different pouches and pockets and stuff like that, so you can put like coloring books, toys, whatever
Sure. Sure.
in there. So like while we're driving, she can color and like
Yeah.
markers won't roll off her table. But then it also has a stand that you can put like a tablet, like a
Oh
iPad or
yeah.
something in there.
Oh yeah.
And
Dude,
she
that's
she
nice.
has one of those. So we're her mother or my mother-in-law bought it, and she's gonna let I think she said she got it for Ellie's birthday in June, but she's gonna let us have it early so we can use
That's
it on the
cool.
way down on the way back. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I.
get her a
Oh,
little set of like Bluetooth headphones,
oh yeah.
um, cause
Yeah.
she can watch like one of her movies or something like
Bluetooth.
that back there.
She's gonna be screaming, "Dad, the Bluetooth's out! Dad, the
Yeah.
Bluetooth's out!" So, so
Hopefully we'll leave in the morning, right? If she'll be awake for a couple hours, maybe watching some movies or whatever. But then hopefully once we get closer, like we stop for lunch, maybe
yeah,
once we leave lunch, then she'll
yeah,
for a
yeah,
couple hours, and by the time she wakes
yeah.
up, we should be close. So I just looked it up. It's six and a half hours.
Oh, dude, that's not
Not bad at
really
all.
that it.
Yep.
No, that's closer than Nick and
Now,
Becky are for us, man.
I will say, with that being said, it's never that short because
Sure.
so the route that it takes you down 15 down to 270 into Maryland, and then you go out and around Washington on 495 and then to 95, and that whole
Yep.
exchange down there 495 to 95 sucks.
Oh yeah,
Um,
it does. So,
so
dude, when we were coming back from Florida, um, when we were coming back from Florida, so going down, it took us like 18 hours to get down there,
jeez,
driving straight through. Coming back, we would have made it home in about 15, but we hit DC and Baltimore on Sunday night, no less.
yeah.
And
Well,
it took us like
that's when they do all the road work because
I'm
they
like,
can't
this
do
is
it on weekdays.
crazy.
Yep,
So it took us like 3 hours to get through Baltimore and DC. It
yep.
was just I was
I
so
believe that.
beside myself.
So
I'm like, this is
my
crazy.
boss actually, she told me. So they go to the Outer Banks every year, and she told me last year about a route. It shows on paper that it takes like 20 minutes, 25 minutes more, but
Yeah.
I don't think like when you take into account the traffic and whatnot that you would hit
Yeah.
around. I think it's actually faster. But you go 81 south, and then you take route 17. You jump off at
Oh yeah.
81 in what's it? Um, Winchester, I think it
Yep.
is.
Yep. You go through
Um,
Warrenton.
yep,
Yep.
and
Warren. Well, yep.
yep, and it shoots
So
you all the way down to 95, but you miss. You're so far south on 95, you
right.
miss all that,
Right.
and it was amazing.
So
It was amazing. I will never go down to the Outer
so
Banks the old way ever again.
Mary and her sister just came back from North Carolina seeing Rowan,
Okay.
and that's how they came home.
Yep.
Was was 17 to 81.
Yep. It was
So
amazing.
I mean, it just yeah. They said it was great.
Yep.
So
So
that's
I
cool.
will go that way 100%, from now
Cool.
on.
Cool. Cool. Cool.
So anyway, yeah, summer's coming up. That's happening. Beach trip. 4th of July. Well, that's like my favorite holiday. Can't wait for that. It's a
Are you?
Thursday this week, or this year, which kind of
Yeah.
sucks.
Is it Thursday or is it Wednesday?
It's a Thursday, I believe.
Is it?
Yeah,
Well, that does suck.
double checking. But
So.
I already got my vacation day in for the 5th. Just have an extra long week. Yeah,
Oh yeah, it
Thursday
is
the 4th.
Thursday. Wow, that's weird.
But
That
yeah.
me- that means Christmas is on a Wednesday. Oh my,
Oh
that
boy.
sucks.
Yeah, that's even worse.
That really sucks. Wow. So,
Oh man.
are you a beach guy, dude?
No, no, not at all.
No.
No.
So what do you do?
So my my wife's like her entire family. They want to wake up in the morning, walk to the beach, set up their chair with a book, and then just sit there in the sun all day and read a book
Oh,
or
are
lay
you
there in the
serious?
sun. And nothing wrong with that, right? To each their own.
Right.
I can't do that. I can't do that.
Oh,
If I'm
jeez.
at the beach, you're either gonna find me in the water, or I'm gonna be not at the beach. I feel like
Well,
I can't just lay
oh,
there.
and that's what I was gonna say. Said if I'm at the beach, I'm not at the beach
Yeah.
because I don't do the beach. Well, I will say this. So, in some ways, I'm an old man, and older than I am actually old, because I love to metal detect on the beach. I
Really,
love,
you're one of
I do.
those.
Yep.
Wow. Have you ever found
Yep.
anything like
Uh,
worth talking
no,
about?
no, no.
No.
At least not on the beach. I have other places, but not at the beach.
Okay. What was the
Um,
coolest
you
thing you
know,
ever found metal detecting?
uh,
I didn't know you did that.
I did.
I would definitely be down to do that.
I have a really nice metal detector, dude. I mean,
Okay.
I actually got it for Christmas, probably about 5 years ago now. Mayor said, "Go ahead, yeah." I'm like, "All right." Then I got over there and I said, "Well, this is, you know." She said, "Well, what's next step?" I said, "Well," I said, "it's probably about this." And she said, "Well, what about after that? What's the next step after that?" I'm like, "Dude." So she bumped me up like 3 steps from what I was gonna go. So I'm like,
Wow.
"Cool, hey." So, yeah, I would say it was the weirdest thing. I was down at Lower Allen Park, and you know where that's at,
Mhm.
down in Lisburn.
Yep.
So they have that's like the home fields for is it Capital Area Soccer? I think CASA is where they have like their club sports and stuff, or West Shore, one of the two. Anyway, so I'm metal detecting down there, like I think it was in the fall, and come across this signal, and I dig it, and it's like a fob, a key, like a key fob and it had the Attorney General of the Pennsylvania, his name engraved on it. So
Whoa.
that's the coolest thing I've found.
Whoa.
I've found lots of clad, which is like you know change. I think
Clad.
the oldest clad, yeah.
Clad. Is that
It's
so that's metal detector lingo? Clad.
Yeah, metal detector lingo for change, like modern, like nickels, dimes, quarters,
Yeah.
pennies, all that kind of stuff. That's
Oh, dude,
clad.
just went over there,
So,
found some clad.
yep, that's it. So I think the oldest coin I've found is probably like 1890s,
Whoa,
something like
that's
that.
still pretty cool.
So yeah,
Think of how
so
many
but it's fun.
hands that could have passed through.
I know, yeah,
That's pretty
that's
cool.
pretty cool.
Well, they have a metal
Um,
detector here on Temu for $31.48. Do you think that's any good? Think I should buy that one?
uh, Probably not.
Oh, there's one for 26.24. I bet that one's even better.
There you go. There you go. So. Yeah, so it's
Interesting.
fun. I've been over to interesting place to go metal detecting is actually Williams Grove Raceway, where they park outside and
Yeah.
I mean they've got that entire field that they fill up.
Yeah, they fill that
So
up. It's
you
actually
find all
filled
kinds.
up
I've found.
probably right now because the Outlaws are in town.
Oh, are they?
Yep,
Is that where your brother's at?
that's where he's at.
Yeah. I
Yep.
thought I saw him
Not
on here.
here.
Wasn't he on here? I thought he saw him say
Can't,
something on here.
actually, I don't know. They might not be racing tonight. Actually, yeah, they might not be
Because
racing
of the
tonight because
rain.
of the rain. Yeah.
Yeah. But
But
like I've over there when I was over there, I found pocket knives, I found
hmm,
tools, all
that's
that
cool.
kind of stuff. So, but it's fun. I enjoy it.
Cool beans.
So,
Yeah,
I have
I'll
all kinds of weird old man hobbies.
I'll take
So,
my golf clubs down to the beach. Like, there's two courses that I play every time I go down there. Um,
yeah.
so this is how I knew, Baldo, that I got a winner when I got married. So we went on our honeymoon to the Outer Banks,
Oh
and as
wow.
we were packing up and getting ready to go, she was like, "Are you bringing your golf clubs?" And I was like, "No." Like, it's our
On the
honeymoon.
honeymoon.
Yeah, I was like, "No, it's our
Wow.
honeymoon." That was the right answer, right? For me to be like, "No." And she's like, "No, babe, bring them."
Wow.
I was like,
Wow.
"Well, why?" She's like, "Because." She's like, "There's really nice courses down there. You know, you can go golfing." I'm like,
Wow.
"Is this a trap? Is this a trap?" So no, but she totally told me
Well, that's
to, and
cool.
So the one morning, like I made a tea time, and she likes sitting on the beach. So that's like one of the things they enjoy is just being able to relax on the beach. Well, she felt like she couldn't do that while I was down there because I would get bored. So we literally on our honeymoon, like we split up the one day, so she could go to the beach and read her book and be in the sun and whatever, and have that time
Yeah.
to do what she wanted to do. And I took my golf clubs and I went to Seascapes Golf Links.
I've actually heard of that.
I have a
I've
ball
actually heard of
marker
that.
here somewhere that I got from that trip, and now
So
that's one that I play every year.
so is Alexa, is she an athlete?
No,
Okay.
no, she'll you know
Uh,
she'll tell you that too. Um, she used to play. I think she said softball, and she'd play right field, and she'd sit down on the grass and pick flowers, and yeah, yeah, she no.
well, oh wow. That's yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of rough.
Couple years ago, her mom bought her a set of women's golf clubs at a
Yeah.
yard sale for her birthday.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Mom, why'd you buy me these?" She's like, "So you and Aaron can go golfing together." She's like, "It sounds like a birthday present for Aaron." Like she's like, "I'm not gonna have fun doing this." So it's funny, but
Wow.
I mean, she will like she'll take her clubs, she'll take them to the driving range, and like she'll have
Yeah.
she'll have a good
Yeah.
time, but like she has
Yeah.
zero desire
Well,
to like go play
have you
18
taken
holes.
have you taken her to Top Golf?
Yes.
She would love Top Golf.
Yeah, actually, I don't know if I did. We talked about it one time. I don't think we did. No, we didn't because no, we were down for in Maryland. We were really close to
Yeah.
one for a wedding, and we showed up to do it, and it was going to be like an hour wait, and
Oh,
it
really?
was like
Wow.
9:30 when we got there or something. So they couldn't
At
have got
night?
us in till 10:30. Yeah, yep.
Oh my word.
Yeah, so they
Yeah, that's crazy.
couldn't get us in till 10:30, and we had a wedding the next day. We're like,
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
at some point we'll get her there. So I told her too. I was like, Topgolf is more fun to do like when you're with a group of people,
yeah.
and it's also cheaper
Yeah.
that way because you pay
Yeah.
for your lane.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you have two people, just one couple, you have to eat the cost all by yourself
It gets
versus
yeah, it
if you
gets
have
crazy.
multiple people. But
Yeah. We'll
no,
have to go,
she
dude.
would like that. Yeah.
Mare likes going.
Well,
Mare likes going.
they just put one out at King of Prussia. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Right off the
I
turnpike
had
out in King of Prussia.
really.
Yep.
I had heard that they were going to put one. Where did I hear? Lancaster? Did I hear
I didn't
Lancaster?
know that. That would be nice.
I thought I heard Lancaster that they were putting one.
Yeah, so
So,
the closest
uh,
one now to us, it's either King of Prussia or there's one down in Maryland off of
I've been to the one in
270.
Maryland. Yep,
Okay.
been to one in Maryland. Yep.
That's the one we passed that one on the way down. I think it's Germantown.
Yes, it is. Yep.
You
Mare,
can see it.
Mare,
Yeah, there it is. You can see it
Mare's
from the
Mare's not a golfer, and she thoroughly enjoyed it, man.
yeah.
It was a
Yeah, it's
lot of
fun.
fun. A lot of fun. So
Yeah, yeah. Well,
interesting.
speaking
So
of
what else?
oh,
So
go
what
ahead.
else do you guys do when you go to the beach? Maybe, I mean, you can't, well, they don't. Hopefully, they don't lay out at night too.
Yeah. So, we have a schedule like going down. Um
No, is
well,
everything on a spreadsheet? Please don't tell me it's on a spreadsheet, dude.
no, it's not. It's not. No, so
Okay.
I shouldn't say we have a schedule. We have a a
Plan.
plan. Yeah.
Okay.
So typically, I don't know if can't remember if we did this last year, but like what we've done in the past is like so my mother and my father-in-law have like ate the cost for like the house
Okay.
essentially. And
That's cool.
so for the couple or for the couples what we do is 4 nights we go out to eat
Okay.
and one of like the 4 nights that we go out, each couple has like their name in a basket,
Yeah.
and the whole meal is just put on one
Gotcha.
receipt, and you pull the name,
Gotcha.
and whoever you pull pays that night. And
Gotcha.
then the next time you go out, obviously that name isn't put back in. Now there's three.
I was
Now
gonna
there's three
say.
couples left. So we've done that in the past. So like we'll go out to
That's
eat.
cool.
We did have a family Olympics. We did that a couple times. That kind of
Okay.
died out now, but that was a lot of fun. So every night there was like a different family Olympic game, so it could have been cornhole. Um, we did ladder golf. The house that we stay in, we've now stayed in. This will be the third year in a row, but there's shuffleboard, so we
Okay,
made shuffleboard, and we had a
that's
trophy
cool.
we were passing around. We had, points
That's
for how you
cool.
finished, and I did have a spreadsheet for that. We tracked that, so that was a lot of
Why
fun.
did
We did,
that not surprise me?
yeah, we did that in the
That's
evening. So
cool.
we have a lot of
That's
fun.
cool.
The house that we're staying in has its own private, like, has its own swimming pool, hot tub. Downstairs on the bottom floor, there's like two like retro arcade games.
In
There's
the
a pool
house?
table. Oh yeah,
In
yeah,
the house?
yeah.
Wow.
I'll share. Hold on, let me see if I
Wow.
can find the house. I can share
That's
pictures.
great. So, how long have you guys been going down there? Since you've been
So
married?
yeah, yeah.
Wow. That's cool. So basically, dude, it's like you're going to the beach, but you're not really going to the beach, you
So
know?
again, they do.
Yeah,
I'll
right.
typically go down,
Right.
and it changes a little bit now. Now that I have a daughter, like she's gonna
Yeah.
probably want to, go play in the sand and whatnot. So I'll definitely go down and be a part of that. But um, before that, I had zero
Yeah.
desire. Like I would go down just to check
Yeah.
the box,
Well,
and I'd go
and
down
so
for like an
yeah,
hour or
I'm the
two.
same way, dude. I'm the same way. So when we used to go to Ocean City, Maryland, and we had a house that or actually it was a condo that we rented from some family friends, and we did the same thing. She would go, but Mary by that point really wasn't laying out much. She'd go to the beach for maybe an hour or two, and that was it, and she'd be done. So I'd carry you know, a truckload of stuff to the beach for an hour and then have to go get a truckload of stuff and bring it back. So, but it was all
Yeah,
right.
no,
So,
thank you. I just
yeah.
like that. Mm-mm. It's too much work. It's like
I
till
know.
you
Yeah.
get everything
Yeah.
down there and
We got
um
to the point where we started riding a lot. We'd take the bikes with us and we'd put, in a weekend. Oh, actually, I think we were staying for a week. So we'd put, you know, probably close to 100, 150 miles on the bike. So that was fun. But
yeah.
And that's when we had real bikes. So it was.
Yeah, I'll say now you don't have those. Now you don't
So,
have those.
okay, Stu, so I have to ask you, what's the best vacation you've ever been on? Your best vacation.
Best vacation I've ever been on. Um, that's a good question. Um, oh, you gotta let me think on that one.
Okay, I got so I actually have uh wow, that's it's kind of a tough question for me too because lately we've been on a cruise. We went on a cruise when I think Nick was a senior in high school, so that was a lot of fun. We went on couple years ago. We went up to Maine. Maine is
Oh
amazing,
yeah, I've
and
never been
you know,
up north of New York City.
it is amazing up there, dude. And so that was cool. But I
It,
think my favorite is probably Hawaii.
ah,
We went to Hawaii. Um, has that been, Mayor, was it 3 years ago we went to Hawaii? 2 years ago. 2 years ago we went to Hawaii.
that's on my
And
bucket list, but not for the reason people
dude,
would think.
it was, well, you want to play golf there, right?
I mean, sure, but I'm a big history guy, big World War II guy, so I want
Oh,
to go and
yeah,
I want to
dude.
see like all the Pearl Harbor
That is
stuff. I could
that
spend
is
days there.
cool. That is cool. So we got to one of the things that we did in Pearl Harbor. They have a uh what do they call the big boats that
The carriers,
uh yeah, the carrier. No, it wasn't an aircraft. No, it wasn't an aircraft carrier. It
battleships.
was yeah, battleship. There you go. So we got to tour one of those. It's
Ah,
it's anchored in the harbor. We got to tour one of those. Dude, that was phenomenal. I
yeah.
also got to tour a submarine. And that was cool. And then I mean, they have museum there, and it was cool. We could have spent probably 2 days in
Yeah,
Pearl
that's what I'm
Harbor.
saying. I think I could literally like, um, some people walk through like history stuff like that, and they just
Yeah,
kind of like
yeah,
blow right through it, right? With
yeah.
not saying this to be like insulting, but like with no real like
Sure.
appreciation for like the event that actually happened there. I'll kind of compare it to I went to the Holocaust Museum. I'm again big
in,
World War II, so we went to the
in
Holocaust
DC.
Museum down in DC. And
Yeah,
dude, all these people were just like blowing through these rooms, and I was like, man, guys, just stop, like take a
yeah,
minute, right?
yeah,
Look around, like this is
yeah,
history, like this stuff happened, like these were, they give you like this
yeah.
card, that you take through. Have you been there?
Yes,
Okay, so
yes.
like like the card,
It's
like and
phenomenal.
they
Yeah,
tell you the story of like that person,
yeah,
and I'm like,
yeah.
oh my gosh, dude, it like rip your heart out. And like you think about it when you're down there. Again, I've never been down to Hawaii, but that event and
Well,
how many men and
yeah.
women died that day,
Yeah.
and
Well, the
the
thing about it is you don't hear about the aftermath of what we as a country did to the Asian Americans.
mhm.
They put them in concentration camps,
Yeah,
man. They put
yep,
them in prison, just because they were Asian,
yep.
But it was pretty phenomenal. But we actually went out to the USS Arizona, the one that sunk, and they've got a memorial
Oh,
out there.
yeah,
Dude, talk about just sobering. It was
yeah,
just like, wow. I mean, and everybody was just silent. There
yep.
was no laughing, no giggling, no conversations about stuff.
Yep.
Everybody was just quiet,
What was
and
the same?
it was crazy.
So I took Nick when we went down to that basketball game. I took Nick
Yeah.
to the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. Have you ever been up there
Okay.
at Arlington?
Uh, yes. Yep. Yep.
Same stuff, dude. Like you'll be walking up, and again, it's all like a cemetery, so it's pretty somber, pretty quiet right as you're walking up. Now you might hear some people talking and giggling or whatever, but when you get
Right.
up there and that guy's marching back and forth, bro, you could hear a pin drop. Like it's dead
Yeah.
silent. The
It is wild.
reverence and the respect for what it stands for, and yeah,
Yeah. That is
yeah,
cool.
that's definitely on my bucket list to get down there. It's expensive as crap, so I don't know how I'm gonna make it happen, but I know I need to.
Well, I mean that was a bucket list vacation for us. I
Yeah,
mean, we just, you know, I mean, we've been saving for obviously for years to do it,
yeah.
and something would come up or whatever, and then wouldn't be able to. But, once we pretty much got everybody out of the house, even though we still don't have that situation, but
She's
we just decided
back.
like a bad penny, dude. So. Uh,
Michaela, if you're
but
watching, he doesn't mean that.
so, but yeah, I would say Hawaii was probably my favorite so far. But I've been in a lot of places. I've been to Alaska. Alaska was cool.
Yeah.
Um, been,
S-
so we went when Nick I think was 16. We went
Oh,
to
excuse me.
San Diego, and
Okay.
that was a beautiful place. So there's more history there too, because they have the Coronado Island,
Yeah.
and that's where they do a lot of training for military training.
So
So it's pretty cool.
Jared's aunt and uncle, I believe, live on that island.
Are you serious?
Mhm.
On Coronado Island?
Mhm.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. He talks about Coronado
Wow.
all the time.
Wow. That's cool.
Yep.
Yeah, so when we one of the stupid thing, I mean, we do a lot of stupid things too. Like when we were on
Same.
vacation in San Diego, we're like, "Hey, we're only 12 miles from the Mexican border. Let's go." So, we went down to Tijuana, Mexico. No passports, no nothing.
How do you do that?
Well, going out, there's nothing to stop you from going out. Coming back is where you got to worry about it.
So how did you get
So
back in?
we got very lucky because I mean, they
Jeez.
had, we get down there, and so I'm following GPS, and once we cross the border, all the roads disappear because the GPS is not set up for Mexico. It's just U.S. So I'm like, well, crap, I can't read signs. I mean, I don't know Spanish.
Yeah.
See, that's about it. See, you know?
Tacos.
Yeah. So we pull into Tijuana, and first thing we see is a cop in riot gear with a submachine gun, and I'm like, oh crap.
We're in the wrong place.
So we were there. I mean, we used our credit card down there. We were so
Jeez.
stupid, man. We were so stupid. But we get down there. It must have been we probably got down there around noon, and we were there till probably 8, 9 o'clock at night. just wandering around doing whatever in Tijuana. And Tijuana's not a good place to go when you're
Yeah, I was gonna
kind of
say I
clueless.
ful like I've heard like not good things about that area. So
Yeah. So, well, I'll tell
nice.
you a little uh, addendum to the story here in a second. But so we finally decide. I said it's getting dark. We need to go back to the USA. So we get back in the car, and we're not that far from the border, so I get up, and the lines, man, I bet you we waited in line for probably 45 minutes just to
Jeez.
get up to the guard shack. And so we get up there, and he says, "Okay, do you have passport?" I said, "No." He said, "How about birth certificate?" I said, "No." He said, "Well, I can't let you in." I'm like, "Okay, well, I, I don't know what to do. I mean, there's nothing. I don't have access to any of that stuff." And he looks at us, and Nick and Michaela are sitting in the back, and he says, "Well, you guys don't look like you're smuggling drugs, so go ahead and go."
Oh my gosh, you got
So,
so lucky.
yeah, yeah. Because
That
I'm like,
guy
dude,
that guy was having a
we
good day.
we could still be in Mexico.
Yeah. Jeez. All you had
So,
to do was call me. I would have
yeah,
went to your
there you
house
go.
and I would
There
have
you go.
overnighted it.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Um, so it was crazy. And so we get back to the hotel, and no big deal. We're fine. Next morning we get up and we go down to the desk and say, "Hey, what time's breakfast or whatever? We didn't get much to eat last night because we were in Tijuana." And the lady said, "You went to Tijuana?" She said, "That is the worst idea you could ever think of." She said, "Last night I heard a news report that there were 12 murders in Tijuana last night." I'm like,
In one night. Oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
gosh.
I'm like, oh my goodness.
Good
Well,
job, Dad.
yeah. I'm like,
Wow.
okay,
That's
well,
wild.
mark it up on the bucket list, cross off list.
Yeah, don't have to
So,
do that again.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
So,
so I'm having a hard time with this one. So growing up, single mom, right? So
yeah.
she just didn't have a lot of money to take us like a bunch of places. So we went to Ocean City, Maryland, like all the time. My dad, like with my dad and my stepmom, same thing. We went to Ocean City, Maryland. The trips, like I went on missions trips. I'm having a
Uh-huh.
hard time calling them vacations, right? Because they're not.
Yeah. Right.
Um, but I would say out of all the places that I've been, I went to Greece when I
Okay.
was in college to work with Tony Sebastian. We did a trip, and
Right.
we actually went two
Right.
years in a row, so I was there twice. And that trip was amazing. Um,
Yeah.
Greece is a beautiful country. Outside of I don't know if they're still involved in it, but there's like a debt crisis.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, yeah, like
Wow.
yeah, but like, dude, we met such cool people over there, and like, the culture like was just so relaxed. Everything was slowed down over there.
Yeah. What I hear.
When you talk to people over there, right? Like here in America, you go to Texas Roadhouse, you eat your meal, you drink your drink, and you leave. You're in and out. You're in and out in an hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
You go over there and like you have a coffee with somebody, you'll sit there
Yeah.
and like all the Americans, right? Like we're finishing our coffee in like 20 minutes. They're sipping on that coffee for like 2 hours, and they just want to sit there and they want to talk to you.
Wow.
Everything was just so much
Wow.
slower pace, um, but very relational, and like people
Yeah.
were super nice. The food was delicious. You walked everywhere, so you could eat a ton, and then you just walked it off.
Oh,
So you
really?
weren't like packing
Wow.
on the pounds. Dude, it was just it was a really great trip. And Tony and
Wow.
Jamie,
Yeah.
Sebastian
Yeah.
were over there, and they're great people. Um,
Did you
yeah,
ever go to a mission trip with Nick?
yes. Um,
Did you go to
I'm gonna
Mexico?
have
Is
to
that where you
talk.
went?
Yes, so that was the first one. We were in
Okay.
Guadalajara, and
Okay.
then did he go to Ireland? Or no, he went to
Uh,
Nicaragua that year.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we didn't go there. That might was man, Mexico couldn't
What
have
is
been
it?
the only
Turks and
one.
Caicos?
Yeah,
Turks
yes,
and Caicos?
yes, I was there. Did he go to Panama? Or no, I don't think
Um,
I remember him. Or no, No,
He,
I don't think he was in tournament.
he went on five. He went on five missions trips,
I think I went
and
on.
I can't remember the other two that he went on.
I'll have to talk to him about that. I know we were for sure in Mexico together, and we were for sure in Turks and Caicos together. Um,
Okay.
I will never forget in Turks and Caicos.
Do I want to
Um,
hear this?
no, this doesn't involve your son, but
Oh, okay. All right.
he will remember it, I think, because we talked about it for like the entire trip. So different Nick Melacrinos. Um,
Yeah.
so around that time, our youth group was playing this game called Mao.
Oh, yeah. I
Have you heard of
remember.
Mao? Okay, so
Uh-huh.
Mao, like the first rule of Mao is you can't talk about the rules of
Oh,
Mao,
wow.
right?
Right. Right.
And so we were playing this game, and like everybody's trying to like figure out the rules and whatnot. I was playing the one day. We had an off day, and we were down at the pool, and it was me and Zach Ferguson and Nick Melacrinos. We're sitting at the table, and we're playing Mao, just the three of us. And Nick was getting ticked because he couldn't figure out the rules. And you know Nick, like big boy, right,
Yeah.
strong, and
Yeah. Yeah.
um, so he he like smacked the table because he did something wrong, and so I gave him a card and said excessive knocking, and he goes, "This is not knocking. This is knocking." So I gave him a card and I was like, "Talking, excessive knocking," right? And I just yeah, part of the fun of Mal was just being
Right.
relentless, right?
Right.
And
Right.
and
Yeah.
I just gave him like 20 cards, and all of a sudden he just grabbed the table, flipped it, threw it into the pool. Cards are in the pool. Me and Zach Ferguson on the
Oh my.
floor, dying laughing. It was one of the funniest things that happened on a mission. It was a lot of it was so funny. And then
That is wild.
John Code was on that trip, and like we were, yeah, that was talked about for like the entire trip. Also, Justin Job, we did snorkeling on our off day,
Okay.
and I asked Jeff Davidson if he could spray my back with sunscreen. I was like, hey, he's a dad, right? He knows what he's doing. He did not know what he's doing. He just did one of these, right?
Yeah.
So we go
Yeah.
out snorkeling, dude. I come back and I look like a red and white zebra on my back, like, and it was bad burn too. Like, I couldn't like turn like this, right, without being
Oh,
in
geez.
like excruciating pain. So I go and I was just laying down on my bed when we got back on my stomach. I couldn't move, and Justin Job comes in and just bam smacks me on the back like
Oh, are
so
you
hard. And
serious?
dude, I shot up because I wanted to kill him, but then it hurt. I was in so much pain from like jumping up and like oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, it was bad. It was a rough trip. But yes, I do remember Nick was there. Nick was in Guadalajara. That was both of our
Oh.
first. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah, it was good
cool.
stuff.
Very cool. You
Yep.
know, it's interesting because all these things, I mean, like, so we didn't do a lot of vacations when the kids were younger. I mean, like I said, we went to Disneyland, but
Hmm.
other than that, we did a lot of day trips. Like we would have, so we would when Nick was young, like probably from the time he was like 2 or 3 till probably about 8, we would do Nick days on his birthday. So
Okay.
his birthday's in April, so he was in school, so we would take him out of school and go do whatever.
Nick
So we did that
days.
with, yeah, Nick days. So we had a Michaela day and a Nick day.
You have a Nick and
Um,
Mick day.
yeah, we did. And their birthdays are so close together that a lot of times, they kind of overlapped. But anyway, so we didn't do a lot, but we did what we could. And then, like it was so crazy because we went when my parents had their 50th wedding anniversary. Mary and I went on a cruise with them and stayed in the same room. That was awkward, but and it wasn't one of the big rooms. It was one of the rooms where you had to in the morning when you got out of bed, you take and shove the bed up against the wall so you can have a full size room. So
Wouldn't like
it
that.
was
Nope.
it was definitely interesting. So,
No.
but so we did that, but um it's just the stuff that Mary and I have done recently is just crazy. I mean, Maine was phenomenal, man. It
Yeah.
was just
It
yeah.
was.
I
Was it
encouraged to go there.
amazing?
It was amazing. Yes, it was. Yeah, I
Sorry,
see
I'm a
what you did
dad
there.
now. I had to. It's amazing.
Yes, and that's true. But so that was we actually spent so Acadia National Park is actually an island, and it's like 300 square miles. That's how big the island
Oh
is.
wow.
So it's huge, and we were up there for like I think we were up there for 7 days, and we spent like 4 days in the park just you know experiencing. So Acadia has on the East Coast is the first place they have what they call Cadillac Mountain, and you go up there, and that's the first place in the U.S. that you see the sunrise every morning. So that's the highest peak on the East Coast.
Oh wow.
So that's pretty cool. They have a singing beach where the water comes in and it'll drag the rocks back out, and it just sounds like music. So it is pretty amazing. So,
Yeah, I would like to go to Maine.
but yeah, Maine's cool.
Sounds
So
amazing.
it does. It is. Yeah. That's yeah.
Look at that, dude. That's a big island.
It is.
I'm
It's
looking it up
huge.
here. Yeah. Hmm,
Yeah, it is huge.
that's
We
cool.
actually dude, we were gonna stay at in Vermont, and in Lake Champlain. We were gonna take our bikes and we were gonna ride around Lake Champlain, and then we were gonna go from Vermont to Maine. And I'm like, dude, I said we only have 7 days. If we go to Vermont, you're talking from here probably 6 hours, 6.5 hours to Vermont,
Yeah.
and then Vermont to Maine is probably another 8. So I'm like, I don't want to do that. Let's just go to Maine. So we ended up doing that. But so I made reservations in Lake Champlain, had to cancel them, and then tried to find a hotel in Maine, and I couldn't find anything. So everything was full. So I ended up finally finding a hotel that was just outside the park entrance, and it cost me $300 for one night. And it was a dive. I mean, it was bad. It
That's
was
great.
bad. So, Mayor was not happy. But hey,
Hey, Mare
all's
Mare,
well that
you live and you learn.
all, all's well that ends well.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
but so I would have to say, Hawaii was probably my favorite. I think
Yeah,
that
I can't
that was
imagine.
just yeah, it was phenomenal. So I mean, we San Diego was cool. We actually all four of it. Well, I guess three of us were on a game show um, that basically paid for our vacation while we are in San Diego. It's called Trivial Pursuit. Do you remember it?
Yeah.
It was on TV. So basically, you'd have a panel of normal people ask questions of the two contestants, and if they stumped them, then the panel would get the money. So we ended up. I was on it, Nick was on it, and Mare was on it. The only one who didn't make it was Michaela, but we won like I think it was like $1,800 from
Dang.
the game show. So I'm like, all right, that'll
That's
work.
pretty cool.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so but going to Hawaii was phenomenal.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely on the list, but definitely one you got to save for.
Yeah, that's
It's
for
not a
sure.
trip you can just wake up and be like, "Hey, I'm going to go to Hawaii next month
Some people you
or
might be
even
able
next
to.
year."
I mean, you work at Vitro, so you can probably do whatever you want.
Yeah, working at Vitro, I'd have to save for 20 years. Real quick, I'm going to
Oh,
share my screen. I want to show you the house that we're staying in. Uh, that we staying down at the if are you do you
yep.
have the live pulled up?
Yeah.
So that's the
Oh my
outside of the house
goodness.
there. So check this out.
Wow.
So this is the
Wow.
back. Swimming pool, shuffleboard. There's like a bar area there that has like Bluetooth speakers. Hot tubs over
Oh
here.
my goodness.
And
That's
then, so there's
crazy,
from the other
dude.
side. That's the game room downstairs. So you got pool table, you got Pac-Man and all, I think it has Galaga and all that kind of
Oh,
stuff
there it
over
is.
here.
Wow.
And then over
So is
here,
this beachfront?
no, no, but it's
Okay.
it's like one block off. It's really
Is
close.
it?
Yep.
Wow.
But there's a sink over here, table for dishes and all that. This is the living room on the third floor. This is a theater
Wow.
room.
A theater room?
Yeah, theater room.
Oh my goodness. That's crazy, dude. Oh
Uh,
my
let's see if
goodness.
there's any other like. Yeah, there's the
Wow.
kitchen and dining room. So the or the dining room table seats 6, 12, 16.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
But
that's a
we, I
lot
mean,
nicer
we
than the
use it
place we
though.
stayed at.
We use it though
Yeah.
because we have. I mean, we have how many people?
Well, you
But
got
if you look in the like the kitchen right here, like you'll see there's two
yeah,
full size refrigerators.
yeah.
There's
There's one
two.
downstairs too, right? In the game room.
Yep. There's two microwaves, two ovens, two dishwashers because there's
And
so
so
many dishes coming in and out.
is this somebody that you know, or is you just did you
It's
just
a
find it?
rental company that my mother-in-law
Is it?
found. Yep.
Oh, really?
Yep. So they have
Wow.
this here little poker table.
Poker table.
Um, and then yeah, there's I forget how many bedrooms there are, but it's a really nice house. And like I said, this will be the third year that we've stayed there.
That is nice,
We
dude.
really like
That
it.
is nice.
So
Yeah.
sorry, I'm
So
just
how
clicking.
many kids do your uh in-laws have? How many sisters and brother-in-law? How many
It's
kids do they have?
um. Oh yeah, there's a room. So this is where Ellie's gonna sleep for the first time this year. She's gonna sleep
Oh
on one of these
my
bunk beds.
goodness.
Previous
That's
years, she's
cool.
had her little pack and play down there.
Yeah,
So okay,
that's
so it's
cool.
my mother and father-in-law, and it's their four kids and their
Right.
spouses,
So
significant
that's
others.
that's 10.
Yep. And then it's Ellie, and then
Uh-huh.
Alexa's twin. They have a boy named Alex. So that's it. So it's
Okay.
12.
Oh, really? So the two younger ones don't have kids yet. The two
No,
younger twins.
nope.
Okay. All right.
Actually, we're going down there this year because her younger brother, he's actually getting married while we're down there.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
That's
they're
cool.
doing their wedding on. So we'll get down there Saturday, and they're doing. I believe their wedding is on Sunday. They're doing it on the
That's
beach.
cool.
So
Oh, really?
yep.
So it
So
means you
that'll
got
be
to go
cool.
to the beach then. You got to go to the
Yeah,
beach.
that'll
That
be the
that
one
kind of
time,
stuff.
dude. Check the box. I was at the beach. I don't have to do it again. Again, I don't mind being at the beach, but if I'm gonna be at the beach, you'll find me with a boogie board like in the water. I'm not just gonna sit in a chair. I'm not a
Right.
book reader, so I'm not gonna
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
no. I don't
Dude,
want to put
so
an earbud in and listen to a podcast. Like I don't want any of that.
one
I
of
want to do
one of the
something fun.
worst one of the worst vacations I ever had
Oh yeah, we can
was
talk about that too.
we went to the beach with and this is back when we first moved here, probably 89, 90, something like that. We didn't have any kids. And so we went to the beach with this other couple. And I'm a redhead. So I'm light complected. I burn like crazy,
Yeah,
you know? But, I'm stubborn too, so I don't use any like sunscreen, you
dude,
know?
we are literally the same person, minus the red hair.
So we go to the beach. We go to Ocean City, and I think we're there for a long weekend. Might have been over Memorial Day weekend. But anyway, we go, and it's like beautiful. It's like 78 degrees, you know. And so we're gonna go to the beach. So I'm like, all right, cool, let's go to the beach. So we go, and I don't put anything on. And I'm like, all right, what's the big deal? It's 78 degrees. I'll be here for a while. I'll be fine. So 4 hours later, we
Ooh,
go home.
you are cooked.
Oh, dude, I was so miserable. I got second degree burns. I had
No
blisters.
way.
Yeah,
Oh, I was
it
never
was
that
it
bad.
it was ugly.
Oh,
Mary, I
yeah, I don't like
I
that.
I didn't have to. I couldn't work for a week because I couldn't put a shirt on. So I couldn't really move.
Mm.
So like Mare had to bathe me and all that kind of fun stuff.
Oh,
So it was ugly.
so I
Oh,
never
she was
had it that bad, but I was gonna say my worst was probably a day trip that I took when I was in college. A girl that I was dating at the time, we did like a day trip down. You know,
yeah.
wasn't Alexa, but a girl that, and she said the same. She said, hey, you should put on some sunscreen. I'm like, no, I'm fine, I'm fine. And so at the beach, right, you got your swim trunks on, no shirt.
Yeah.
So I looked like this sweatshirt when I was all done, and it hurt. Like it was weird because like when you're in the sun, it's like you don't feel it,
Right.
but then when you
Right.
get out of the sun, the waistband of like anything that I had on
Yeah.
would like
Yeah.
dude, it
It didn't
hurt
even
to
have to
wear
dig.
pants. Like It was bad.
Well, the funny thing about what happened to me is my head didn't blister. It wasn't my
Oh
head.
wow.
It was my shoulders.
Hmm.
And the only thing that I can think is that my head had enough
Deflected it all.
exposure. Yeah, that's true. Had enough exposure that was already like,
Yeah.
I mean, my head is like one big blister already, so it doesn't matter. But,
Just
you know,
whoosh, popped. No, yeah.
uh, but
I did, and Alexa will tell me too. Like, I get sunburn every time we go to the beach. Every time we go down there. Hey, put sunscreen on. Put sunscreen on. No, I'm fine. No, I'm fine. Right, and then I get burnt, and she's like, "Shut up! I don't want to hear you complain." And I just have to, gotta
suck it
swallow it.
up.
Yep,
Suck it
because
up,
she's
Buttercup.
right. She's right. But two things I don't like about sunscreen: I hate how it makes me feel sticky, and I hate the smell of it. I don't like either,
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
I'm not wearing it.
I don't enjoy feeling like a greased pig.
No,
That's what I feel like.
nope.
So
When I
like,
go down there and we go golfing, right? You see like the
yeah,
guys they're standing by their cars when they're going out and they're spraying their arms down and
yeah,
stuff like that, and
yeah,
I'm like, nope, give it to me.
yeah.
Let's get baked.
I
Not that kind of baked.
I've finally gotten to the point where I'm like I wear a hat and all that kind of. That's why like when we were playing softball on Saturday,
Yeah.
you're like, dude, you're not gonna burn. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll burn. So give me your
Even
hat.
I got burnt that day. I didn't think that I was gonna get burnt, but even I got Alexa saw it on my face. And when
Yeah,
I like I said when I came home, I was like feeling like oh my gosh. I was like, on a Saturday in
yeah,
April, I got sunburn.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It was crazy. So
Well, we missed this one. It says 27 minutes ago. Grammy says we don't do vacations. I'd rather stay home and
I
work in my flower beds.
I saw
Um,
that. I'm like, dude, you are crazy.
so caveat to that, she does do vacations. Um, but so I don't know how she found them. These bus trips. So
Oh yeah,
they'll do like day trips down to the beach. So they'll meet in like they'll go into York. They'll have to be in there at like 5 a.m. or something like that.
yeah,
And
yeah.
so my grandma and she'll usually take like my cousins. I think when they were younger they went with her, but now she takes like my niece and my nephew. They'll go down there for like the day, and then I think
Oh
they have to be
really?
back to the bus by like 6 or 7 p.m. and then they drive
You
home.
know, I think AAA actually has bus trips to like Philly and stuff like that for games.
Oh,
Philly
okay.
and New York and Baltimore,
Hmm. I didn't know that. Ooh,
and
I'll have to look
DC.
into that because
Yeah, yeah, and they're
traffic
cheap.
sucks and parking
Yeah,
sucks.
they do. They do. So, and I think too they have bus trips where you can just go up and they drop you off in the city, and then like you said, you got to be back in a certain
Yeah.
amount of time. So,
Yep. So
but
she does that to the beach, but my grandfather, Pappy, I don't think I've ever seen him leave York County.
are you serious?
Yeah. And I say that so he has traveled up to my house before, which is I guess is Cumberland County. But you can't get him if it's like more than an hour.
Really?
Mm-mm.
So
Pappy likes to
does he
be.
have
He's a homebody. He like
does he have hobbies at home?
no
Does he do nothing?
no
Really?
no.
Wow,
So
that's unusual.
Pappy works. He
He
eats
still
dinner.
works.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's not full time. He's part time.
Yeah.
So he worked at the same place. Grammy, if you're here, how long did Pappy work at Don Lee or Shipley? I know it exchanged hands a couple of
Shipley
times, but
Oil.
I
Shipley
think
Oil
so. Yeah, I think so.
in Dillsburg.
No, so it was a place in York called Don Lee, and they made furnaces or something. Oh,
Oh, there
that's
you
true.
go.
Pappy did go to car shows in Ocean City a while back.
Wow.
But yeah,
40
he
some
worked at
years.
Don
Wow.
Lee, the same place for like 40 some years. So he
That's
retired
crazy.
there, and then he started doing stuff around the house. I think he got bored, and so now he's part time somewhere.
He needs a
Um,
hobby, man. That's what he needs.
he needs
He
to
needs a hobby.
start golfing. We could get him out on
Yeah.
the golf course.
Like golfing or maybe he could come play softball with us.
Yeah, I don't know if
There you
Pappy
go.
would do that, but yeah, he
Grammy
does
might.
not he does. So we've talked about doing like a family trip. I think
Yeah.
last year we talked about this year going down to the Outer Banks, and that's like a
Hard no.
uh-uh. um.
Pappy's hobby is
Whoa,
me.
Grammy, whoa, easy
I don't
there.
want to hear about
Nope,
that.
we don't delete that
Wow.
comment. How do we
Wow.
get rid of that? Um, yikes. Now we're talking about next year doing a trip down to Tennessee to Nashville, the
Okay.
family, and so I don't know if
Yeah.
that's going to involve Grammy and Pappy or not. If it is, so
Wait.
we're trying to sweeten the deal a little bit because my pappy likes Andy Griffith, so we're talking about like on the way down going to
Okay.
Mayberry
Okay.
because then
Yeah.
Pappy would be able to see like some of the stuff down
Some of
there.
his hero.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like we
Yeah.
obviously we want Pappy to go, so
Sure.
but
Sure.
but Pappy just he doesn't like traveling. He wants to.
Well, that's the same way Mare's mom is. Mare's mom, she, I mean, we only live 3 hours away, and she hasn't been down here. It's been probably we've been in Pennsylvania for 35 years, and I bet you she hasn't been down here in 20 years.
Wow.
Bet you, she just doesn't leave home. She just doesn't leave home. She's like, I'm tired. I don't want to travel anymore. So Mare's dad was in the service, so they moved about until Mare was like, I think 8 or 9 or something like that.
Hmm.
So like Mare was actually born in Rhode Island, is where
Oh
she
wow.
was actually born. So, but they lived in California. They lived, you know, North Carolina or somewhere down there, and so they moved around a
Hmm.
lot. But
Well, Pappy
so
also doesn't drive very fast. So
yeah,
if Pappy and Grammy were to go on vacation to like Ocean City, Maryland, where it's like a 4-hour
yeah,
drive,
yeah.
it might take them a day and a half to get down there.
What
Um,
does Grammy not drive?
so if Grammy and Pappy are both in the car, Pappy is driving.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's like old fashioned, right? That's just the way it is. Pappy, like the man drives.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
um, yeah,
He
Grammy
doesn't
says
like
I
to
don't like to
travel
travel.
either.
She says that, but she will. Like she'll go. Like she'll do the trip to
Sure,
Tennessee
sure.
if somebody
Yeah.
else is driving. If she can be in the car, she would do that trip before Pappy would.
So there you go, Grammy. Yeah, we caught you.
Yeah, we caught you
You're busted.
red-handed,
You're you're busted. Go back to having Pappy be your hobby, or vice versa.
or you're being Pappy's hobby. Oh gosh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
too much information. So anyway,
Yep.
well, that's I think so. Do you have a your worst vacation ever?
See, again, I don't think I could pinpoint anything other than like that one that I brought up to you just because of the pain that I was like that was terrible terrible pain. And it
Yeah,
was like that for
yeah,
several like so that was when I was working at the pizza shop and it was in the middle of the
yeah,
summer. So we did a day trip on Saturday and I was burnt to a crisp. And then I
yeah.
went in the next day to work and like again it hurt to put a shirt on, but
Yeah.
I'm a very proud person, so I don't call off work. And
You don't call
so
off work and you don't walk in softball.
that's right. So I'm there and I'm making pizzas and I got a 500-degree oven behind me. And
Oh
it's like
wow.
the heat of that on my neck
Yeah,
and I could
yeah.
feel it like through my shirt. Dude, I was in like, oh, dude, it sucked for like a couple of days at work. Yeah, I was in
Wow.
bad pain.
Wow.
So
Wow. Well, I think that
there you go. It's sissified for a woman to drive a man around, she said.
well, I tell you what, I have a sister-in-law and a brother-in-law. They're older. They're Mary's oldest sister. And they fight over who's going to ride shotgun. Not over who's driving, but who's riding shotgun. So whoever gets out to the car first usually goes shotgun
And they don't have
because
they don't have to drive. So they don't want to drive, neither one.
right, they hate driving. They hate driving.
I
I'm
don't
like, dude,
I don't mind driving. It would be nice every once in a while if I didn't have to, but at the
are
same
you
time,
serious? Dude, I can't. I have to drive.
well,
I hate
so
sitting in the shotgun.
just especially on like the long trips like that.
Yeah.
But also the very first time I was in a car with Alexa, she almost killed me. So there's that. So I don't fully trust her. And
Yeah.
because I was in a car, like I wrecked my car when I was 16, I rolled my car, and so now
I remember you saying.
I get super antsy when other people
Yeah.
are driving. So like if like we're coming up on an intersection and they're not braking fast enough, or as early as I think they should, I start getting like, oh gosh. And then it's multiplied
So,
when Alexa's driving because she's bad at it. Um,
So you've got PTSD, is what you're saying.
yeah, yeah, from
Yeah.
myself. That's nobody's fault but mine. But then, like I said,
Well,
so day one of Alexa and I, um, we were partners at work, and it was day one of us being partners. It was raining outside, and we were in Carlisle, merging onto 81 from Hanover
yeah,
on the 81 North. Very short, like
yeah,
on
yeah,
ramp, and
yeah.
traffic just, I mean, it's Carlisle, so ton of traffic. Well, we're coming up, and I'm in the passenger seat, and I'm looking, and there's just cars coming, and she's gunning it. And I'm like, what are you doing? 18 wheelers in the slow lane, man, and it's pouring down rain. And so all of a sudden, she like smashes the brakes. And I was like, what on earth are you doing? And like, cause she started to merge over, and I'm like, no! So she hits the brakes, right? And I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, what? They have brakes? And I was like, they have brakes. An 18 wheeler on extremely wet roads. I was like,
Oh my
you will
goodness.
die. Like
So,
we
so
both would have died.
your PTSD is not self-inflicted then. I mean,
Partially.
that,
I'll own
yeah,
part of it. I'll own part of it. Yeah. But yeah, so it was funny. So that day, that was our first day as partners. She then merged onto the highway, and I guess I was like showing some signs of being freaked out or something. So she pulled over on 81. She's like, "Do you want to drive my car?" And I was like, "Yes." I was like, "If you don't mind." And she's like, "No." She's like, "I don't care." She's like, "I don't want to drive." And from that day on, we were partners for an entire year. The plan was we alternated every other day. Like I'd drive my car, she drove her car.
yeah,
It was every other
yeah.
day. I drove every single day of our partnership, but it was my car then her car, my car, and I just drove all the time because yeah,
Oh my. Well, yeah, that's yeah. I can't ride, man. I I I don't know. I mean, I can do it if I have to, but like Meryl, we were on our trip to Florida. I drove all the entire way up and back because Meryl say, "Well, let me drive." I'm like, "Okay." So to give you an example, so last time we went to Nebraska, all right? So Nebraska is 19 hours. That's my
mm.
home. So I drove all the way out. We stopped halfway in Indianapolis or somewhere like that. But I drove all the way out.
When you say you
Coming back,
stopped, do you mean like you stopped and stayed overnight
oh
somewhere?
yeah, we
Okay.
stopped. We have stopped halfway. Um, um, so that wasn't too bad. That was only like 10 hours a day, nine, whatever. So, but coming back, we just drove straight through. So she's like, we get to Ohio. We get to Ohio. She said, Brian, let me drive. Just let me drive. Let me just pull over and let me drive. I said, all right, fine. So I'm like, we're probably 45 minutes from the Pennsylvania border. I'm like, all right, fine. You can drive the rest of the way. So we switch. She starts driving, and at that point, the turnpike, starting at the Pennsylvania border, had the cattle chutes. Remember the cattle chutes? So we get there, and she's like, Brian, wake up. I can't do this. I'm like, what? She says, I can't do this. You're going to have to drive. I'm like,
Oh
okay.
my
So
gosh.
she drove 45 minutes. So, you know, but
That's
it's
what
just, it's,
Alexa did that one time too. Because again, she knows that I don't like when she drives. But we were driving home from her sister's house down in Blacksburg, Virginia, and I think I had like a headache or something, and it was raining. It was nighttime. It was like hard to see,
yeah, yeah.
but my head
Those
was
are
like
worth.
pounding. And she's like, babe, she's like, just pull over. I'll drive. Blah blah blah. And so it was similar. We're like pulled over on the side of the highway. We swap seats, and I'm over there, and I'm like, But we get out on the highway, and she's like, dude, hitting the brakes, for like no reason at all, and cutting people off. And I was like, she drove for like 10 minutes, and I was like, pull over. She's like, what? I was like, just pull over. I was like, I'd rather just drive home. I was like, we had I think like an hour and a half left in the drive. Like we were just south of like where Virginia becomes like West Virginia and then Maryland and then Pennsylvania there on
Yeah,
81. I was like,
yeah,
just pull over. It's like I'll take it from here. Well, babe, I barely drove. I know. I know.
yeah. You did a great job
You
while
did a
you've done
great
it. You
job
did a
for 10
great job.
minutes. Yep. That's all I needed was a 10-minute break.
Oh my, too
Yeah.
funny, too funny. Too funny, man.
Oh, yep.
So,
Well, excellent, excellent, excellent. Vacations and summertime. That's what it is. It's
yep,
coming
that's
soon.
it. That's it.
And
Yep.
obviously with summertime, we got baseball happening, and it's in full swing, and the Phillies are in first place. I'll remind everybody of that one more time. First
Blind
place in
squirrel.
all of baseball, first place in the
Blind
National
squirrel.
League
Blind
East.
squirrel.
Did
Blind squirrel.
let's see really quick. Where are the New York Mets in the National League East standings? Are they still in third, or did they drop to fourth?
I think they're probably in fourth place.
Hmm, interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, they're in
Yeah.
third. Oh, they're
Are
tied.
they? Okay.
Looks like they have the tiebreaker over the Washington Nationals. Good
How
job,
about
just
that?
playing mediocre ball. 18 and 18.
That's what they are, man. They're about. That's
Highest
what they're
payroll in
about.
baseball.
Yeah.
Biggest
Yeah.
disappointment.
Yep. No, I don't know about the
Well,
biggest. I
you
mean,
know,
come on. I mean,
well,
you got some teams out there that were have high expectations that are not doing much of anything. San Diego. San Diego had high expectations.
they're up to second place now, though.
Yeah, but they're gonna choke, dude. They always do.
Hey, you know what?
They
We can
always
all
do.
get behind the Houston Astros at 13 and 24. Let's go.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
almost the worst team in baseball.
Yeah.
Oh my
That
gosh, I didn't even realize the White Sox
the White Sox are
and the
horrible.
Rockies, dude, both 9 and 28. Holy
Yeah.
crap.
Yeah. They're gonna be lucky to win 20 games this year, man.
The White Sox have a run differential so far, minus 89.
Jeez. Wow. That's just crazy.
Oh, dude,
That is
that's too
crazy.
funny.
I have been a Mets fan for, oh my goodness, probably close to 30 years.
Sorry to hear
And
that.
they just, yeah, well, I mean, they had it set up to be a dynasty in the early 80s, early to mid 80s, and couldn't do anything with it.
Yep.
I'm like, you guys are
Very
stupid.
similar to now.
Yeah. Well,
Although,
now, but see, in like 86, 85, 84, 83, that was all years that the Mets were just supposed to just destroy people.
who was the
You know,
roster then? Was that Strawberry?
Strawberry, Gooden, Hernandez, Carter, all those guys.
Yeah.
Dykstra,
Ah, the
Ray
old
Knight.
Lenny.
Yeah, yeah, what a knucklehead. Anyway, so, um, but they should have dominated the game, and they won one World Series, and I think they might have won like 4 or 5 National League championships,
Yeah.
um, but just didn't do anything with it,
Dude, I
man.
think the World Series is the hardest of the team championships to win.
Well, I think but see the difference is, well, so for football you only have one game, but for like basketball, hockey, baseball, you have the series. You know, basketball I think is best of 5 now too, isn't it? Is it best of 5 or best of 7?
7. Yeah, still 7.
So
The
yeah,
conference. Yeah, no, I think it's all 7.
so
The reason I
you
say
know,
that though is just because baseball, the season is so long. There's so many
yeah,
games, which like to
yeah,
keep your A squad healthy for
yeah,
162 games, and if they're not healthy, you got to hope that they're healthy for your playoffs. Like,
right,
and
right,
then the strategy changes in the playoffs. You go from a 5-man pitching rotation to a 3, and there's just I don't know. There's just so much that changes. And like
yeah,
I said, baseball. I was just talking to a guy today. I was like, dude, it starts the end of March and it's
yeah,
over
yeah,
in November.
yeah. I
Like
know
that's
it's
amazing.
crazy.
It's so good.
Hey,
And then no sooner
it's the
is it
best
over,
sport. Yeah,
no sooner is it over, but we're having winter meetings and spring training starting.
yeah, that's
It's
right.
so great.
Right.
What were you about to say? I'm sorry, I
So,
didn't mean to cut you off.
well, it's the thing to do though, man. It's the best sport, so why not have it around the longest?
Exactly. Yep.
That's the
And
you know
anybody who argues that is a fool.
that's right, and they
Yep.
don't belong on this
And
podcast.
they don't belong on this podcast, Kyle. Yep. He actually
So,
asked me this. Let me
but
ask you this before we sign off. If you were sitting down right now and you had the opportunity to watch the Super Bowl, so like, okay, let me figure out how I want to word this. So this upcoming football season, right? Say you could fast forward to the Super Bowl. of the 2024-2025 football season,
Hmm.
or you could fast forward and watch Game 7 of the 2024 World Series. But you could only watch one of them. Which would you pick?
Well, I probably, I mean, if I have the choice between football and baseball, I'm watching baseball. I don't care. It could be the Super Bowl and this is a little bit extreme, but spring training game,
Careful.
I'd
No,
watch
you
spring
would
training.
not. No, you would not. No, you would not.
Like I said, it's
No.
a bit extreme, but
Yeah,
so
no
I would
shot.
watch, but I would watch. I mean, obviously, baseball's the sport. If you were going to say if I could if I could fast forward through the season and watch the Super Bowl, or fast forward through a baseball season and watch the World Series, I'd definitely fast forward through the football season because I'd rather see no football regular season than Super
Oh, yeah,
Bowl.
yeah. No, no, I just
But
meant like if you could only watch one
yeah,
championship game.
yeah.
Because so Kyle
Oh,
and I
it's
were talking,
definitely
and
baseball.
Kyle, I understand what you're saying. Of course, he's a baseball fan, so of course he's gonna say that. But Kyle and I were just talking, and he's like, dude, if you mean to tell me that if you had to pick one of those to watch, you would pick baseball? And I was like, yes, yes,
Without a
and
doubt,
like wouldn't
without a
even think
doubt.
about it. Wouldn't even think about it,
Right,
dude.
right.
Imagine, right? Like, what was it? Several years ago, like the Giants were in the World Series, dude, and their starting pitcher, like Bumgarner, comes in and pitches out of the bullpen, gets a
Yeah,
save,
yeah,
right, and like dude,
yeah.
baseball is just so great. Baseball's
It
so great.
is. It
And now
is.
they're trying to ruin it with the pitch clock and all these stupid rules, and it's really cooking my chicken.
I like this stupid tiebreaker rule. I'm like, dude, just play the game. Just play the freaking game.
Play 19
You know,
innings.
Guys like Kyle that don't want to watch extra innings, let them go to sleep. Who
Go to bed.
cares?
Nobody's telling you
Yeah,
you gotta
that's
stay,
right. That's
right?
right.
If you buy
Yeah,
your tickets to the
yeah,
baseball game, right? If you
yeah.
go, you can leave whenever you want. There's nobody at the
That's
gate
exactly
stopping you
right.
from leaving,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
Um, yeah, no, see, they don't have to modify it. They're modifying it for a bunch of whiners,
yeah.
for a bunch
That's
of
it.
people that don't like the game.
That's exactly
So
right.
stupid, dude.
For those people who have better things to do than watch baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Like so I got into a I wouldn't call it an argument, but a conversation with Tom Harshberger when this
okay.
first came when they started the pitch clock thing, and he was like talking about how the pitch clock was good for baseball because it'll speed the game up, and I was like, so how many more games are you gonna tune into now this year? Now that they have the pitch clock, right? Like is like that's gonna do something for you, right? That's gonna cause you to tune in and watch. And he's like, no. I'm like, you're literally making my point, right?
Oh,
Like you
and,
have all
and,
these
and
people
the
that
whole,
don't watch the game saying that
yeah,
you should implement this rule change to make it faster, but you're still not gonna watch.
I'm gonna see um, how much time the pitch clock has saved.
It's like 20 minutes.
Is that what it
Yeah, it's
is?
like 20, 25 minutes.
That's ludicrous.
And
It's
then
absolutely
and
ludicrous.
that's like my next argument, right? It's like, you, what are you doing with that 20 minutes? You
Right,
know, you going
right.
out and you mowing the lawn. Like, what are you doing? Like
It
20
doesn't make
freaking
any
minutes.
sense.
And
Yeah,
again,
you
if I'm
know.
paying money, right? If I'm paying money and I'm going to that game, it's like a vacation, right? You pay all this money, you
Yeah.
save all this money to go on vacation. Um,
So so average Major League Baseball game dropped to 2 hours and 40 minutes with the pitch clock. So oh, let me see. 27 minutes is what it stayed per game. 27 minutes. So basically
that's so
one
great.
inning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so
I'm
great.
like, that's crazy. You know?
Like,
Why?
you
It's
spend
just
money to go on a vacation. Why would
well,
well, like you spend all this money. Well, let's make your 7 day vacation only 5 days. Let's cut it,
well,
right? We don't want you to enjoy yourself.
the funny thing is, Aaron is my brother-in-law and sister-in-law. All right. Um, they I don't know, for whatever reason, they're like Grammy and Pappy. They don't like to travel,
Okay.
but yet they bought this huge RV, this like 36-foot RV. All right, and probably a year or two ago, they were someplace and they were supposed to be down there for like 6 or 7 days. They came home after two. And I'm like, why? You know? And they just like to be home. I'm like, all right, well,
Okay.
okay, whatever.
But you know what? There
So
was nobody telling them that they couldn't.
that's
So
right. That's right. And they didn't have a runner on second base either.
nope.
So
So maybe we should, because football games are a little long too, Kyle. So we should maybe implement some rule changes there to,
yeah, yeah.
speed that game up a little bit because
Just
because
forget this.
in reality, right? Like when you look at the amount of time like a football game is, that like there's actual like a play happening versus time just wasted in between. There's a
Yeah.
lot of, there's way more time wasted than actually playing. So maybe we should
So
just,
so
maybe
what's the
only
play
play
clock?
two quarters.
Is it 30 seconds? Is that the play clock?
40 or 42 or something.
Okay. So, I mean, pitch clock's only what, 20 now? 18, something
Yeah, I
like
think
that.
it's 18 or
So,
something like that. Yeah.
drop it, then you won't have to worry about it. So, you know, it's just it's just
See,
crazy.
Kyle, that's where you're wrong. The fans weren't complaining, and we didn't need new fans. The
Right.
commissioner's just a freaking clown. We'll call him
Well,
Bozo. Bozo the clown.
the people that were complaining were people that are like Tommy Harshberger are not going to watch anyway,
Right.
you know? And
Yeah,
it's
and
like,
then you have
what?
people like Adam Ferguson. I talked to him about it. He's a big pitch clock guy, and he's like, "Why
Oh,
would you not
gee.
want more eyes on your sport?" I was like, "Cause it changes the game.
Yeah, it
Like
does.
you're not just putting something in place that has no effect on the game. Every rule change that they've put out has had an effect on the game. The pitch
Yeah,
clock change that you're seeing. I mean, how many pitchers now have gone out with Tommy John surgery? Is that
yeah,
that is that a
yeah.
coincidence? I don't think so.
Well,
And
and I
then on
think
top of that,
too.
when you have relievers coming in and they got to pitch to a three batter, if I'm a coach and I want to use one relief pitcher to pitch to one guy, I should have that luxury. And you know what?
Yeah,
If we tie the game up and we're going to 12, 13 innings and I don't have pitchers left, guess whose that's on?
yeah,
My
yeah.
fault.
That's it. That's exactly right.
Sorry about it.
Exactly right. Yeah, that's why you get position players pitching, man.
Yep, I
So,
saw that.
which it's cool. It's
One of the
cool.
let me see. Let me see. Last position player to record the win. Let's see if it's still my guy. Um, Pitching by Chris Davis just became the or the fifth position player since 1900 to win a game pitching. Yeah, there was. So the last one before Chris Davis did it in what was this? 2012.
Wow,
I was at this one in 2011. Wilson Valdez for the Philadelphia Phillies, 19 innings, and he
that's
came in and
amazing.
pitched the top of the 19th. Uh, I forget who. I forget. I honestly, I don't even remember who they played. But two of those batters had warning track power, but couldn't get it over the wall. Caught two balls on the warning track, and then the other one like popped up to the shortstop or something. And then we came up in the bottom of the 19th and scored a run. Walked
That's
it off in the
crazy, man.
19th.
That's
Bro, we were
crazy.
there till like 3:30 in the morning. What a
And
time.
nobody on second base either, right? Yeah,
Nope. Nope.
yeah.
It was
That's the way it should be.
it was awesome.
That's the way it should be, man. Should be that should be uh the, it's just the way it should be.
Kyle, what do
Just
you
the way
mean
it should
Trout?
be. He was probably thinking about the position player. I don't think Trout's ever pitched.
No.
I
No,
don't
it
think
was
Trout's ever
so the
pitched.
only five players to score or to record a win, a position player to record a win. 1902, Mertz. Number two, New York Yankees 68, Rocky Colavito. Two,
Alavito, yeah.
2000, Colorado Rockies, Brent Maine.
Wow.
2011, Phillies, Wilson Valdez. And then 2012, Baltimore Orioles, Chris Davis.
Chris Davis. Wow, there's a name.
Yeah, he was
That
a guy who went
that
like 0 for 52 or something to start a season after he got his big old contract.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yep.
That is pretty crazy. So,
I'm kind
interesting.
of waiting to see what Kyle says here. I want to know what he's talking about Trout. I don't know if he's talking
I
about
think
injuries or what, but
no, I think he was talking about the guy to win the game.
gotcha.
So, but
All right.
It's interesting, dude. I mean,
Yep.
it just, you know, these people don't understand the intricacies of the game.
No, they
You know,
don't.
it's just, I mean, and really, you can tie it to softball too. You know, I mean, just like the other night, we had a guy get thrown out of third base because, why? Trying to stretch a double into a triple, and nobody talking to him, nobody telling him what's going on, and he's just running.
Yep.
So, but it is what
Baseball's
it
a
is.
great game.
Yep, yep, it is. It is.
Yep. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Well, we are out of here.
All right.
Normally we would tell you guys we'll be back next Thursday, but next Thursday, Baldo and I will be at, 1 second. I'm going to look it up now. We're going to be at a softball game
Woo!
at, oh, stop. I don't want your ads.
Next week's a heavy
Oh,
week
it's
too.
Tuesday, Friday, not Tuesday,
Yes, it is.
Thursday.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Uh,
Tuesday, Friday?
yeah, so we can be here Thursday.
Oh, I thought it was Tuesday, Thursday.
So did I.
Come on, man. Are you
It
sure?
says the 17th, Friday.
Come on.
That's
Come
what
on.
it says. That's what
I
it
don't know
says.
about that, dude.
I'll check again. Anyway, well, we could be back on Thursday. We might not be back on Thursday. Look for posts on social media. We'll let you know. Hopefully, maybe we'll get Nick back here eventually. He's a homeowner and a dad now, so he's just busy, busy, busy. And Jared's working, all the time, and so it's just been the Stu and Baldo show.
That's it. Yep.
But
Yep.
somebody
Me and
will
my
be
buddy.
back next week. We
So,
just don't know who. But thank you guys for being here tonight. Thanks for chatting, hanging out. We
yep.
appreciate you guys a ton. And we'll see you
We're
next
gonna
week.
get Pappy and Grammy on the road somewhere.
Yep,
We
to
got to
leave
get them on
York
the road.
County. We'll get
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
to Shippensburg. That'll be a good drive from Dover.
Wow. Hey, so little UBI about Shippensburg. No, it's Chambersburg. Get him to Chambersburg. So, did you know that there was a prisoner of war camp in what's the name? Micho State Forest.
I did
Did you
not
know
know
that?
that.
Yes,
No.
sir. They kept German and I believe Japanese officers
Huh.
there.
I did
So
not know that.
there you go.
Do you know where it's located?
In Micho State Forest.
Yeah, that's a big forest. I'm looking it up.
It used to. So it went from being a prisoner of war camp to a. You know what a CCC camp is? Like conservation something corps. It was back in the Depression. They created jobs, so it was with CCC camp too. So
Located in the Micho State Forest near Pine Grove Furnace State Park, the site has housed Bunker Hill Farm and a civilian conservation corps camp from
there you go.
33 to
Yep.
42.
Yep.
It
Yep.
functioned as one of the 3 secret POW interrogation camps in the nation. Whoa! What? Right in our
No.
backyard.
History, baby. History.
Yeah, I'm
There
a
you
big
go,
history
Aaron.
guy. I didn't know that.
Dude, so the reason I found it was because of geocaching. There used to be a geocache there.
Brian, we should
And
go
so,
geocaching. I haven't done that in a long time. I would be totally
dude,
down to do that. I love
I have not.
geocaching.
You know how long it's been since I've done it? Dude, I
It
used to
doesn't
do it.
matter, dude. We could make a spreadsheet. You
I
kidding me?
have I have like 1,600 finds, man. I used to be heavy into it. Used to be heavy into it.
We should
So,
do that.
but that's the reason I found it was because of geocaching. And you go there, and there's actually like it's a huge fountain in the middle of the woods. It's a big old stone fountain, and it's in the middle of the woods with nothing else around it.
Hmm.
So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So
Interesting.
yeah, history, baby, history.
History. History.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Who'd have thought?
Yeah, right in
Who'd
our
have thunk?
backyard. Who'd have
That's
thunk it?
it. Yeah. So
Alrighty. Well, we will, like I said, for those of you who are still here, we'll see you next week. Thank you guys for being in here and chatting. We appreciate you guys a ton. And we'll talk to you next Thursday. Have a good
see ya.
week.